Hello YouTube, this is Undads93 coming back at you with another anime review. Sorry. Sony out for a sec. So yeah, this is another anime review. This week I will be reviewing anime I finished watching its English dub that I've watched. It's in subbed version, I think like a year ago, I think, which is Haganai. Yeah, it's inverted, but yeah, it's Haganai. So, pretty much, what the plot of this anime is pretty much is essentially you have your main character. What was this guy's name? Yeah, Kodaka, because this guy had like really forgettable name. So you have Kodaka, who essentially gets dragged into a club by Senna, who is the black-haired chick, and they make a club called the Neighbors Club, and essentially in the Neighbors Club they have to make friends, and then you have more people who join, like Senna, who is the blonde-haired chick, essentially like form like a love triangle, essentially. Then you have other people who get joined into the group. You have Rika joins the group, who's like, I'll go that, I start going over kind of the characters. Let's see, you have his little sister Kabuto. You have Yukimura, very, very, very weird character. And, what's her name? And yeah, Maria, who is like the last member, but also the advisor. But yeah, that's kind of what they do. Essentially, they try doing things that essentially real people do who have friends and so on and so forth. It's quite enjoyable for like, it's just kind of, hey, we're going to do this today because normal people do this. And yeah, sometimes the stories get kind of out of hand. Like, if episodes usually get involved with either Rika or most times with Senna. Most times is most of the weird shenanigans happen. Other than that, most other shenanigans are kind of okay on levels compared to those two. So, the character-wise, Kodaka is kind of just basic male character, like almost every anime now that's haremized. Then you have Senna, who's more of your she's more of a tsundere character. I enjoy her. At times she's been quite grating. No wait, that's Yozura. Gotta stop being stupid on this. Yeah, Yozura. And with Senna, she's kind of that ditzy, big-breasted character. Kind of, yeah. And you have the other characters. Let me see if I can find a better picture here. Let's see if that will actually show up. Okay, yeah. You have Rika here, who is, she's essentially like the perverted character of the group. Also the scientist, so I'm guessing that like flows into like the same territory. Yeah, she's my favorite character in this show because she kind of, any scene she gets to talk or act in, she kind of steals the scene. Most of the time. Or just most of the time. Then you also have Yukimura, who is, Yukimura in the show says he's male. That gets tossed in the air a lot. Yeah, I'll find out till season 2. Again, I won't give any spoilers, but you'll kind of understand. Then you also have essentially like a young nun, and then you have Kodaka's sister Kabuto, who is essentially obsessed with this like vampire show, and yeah, and she always dresses like the main character, and she's really weird in a sense. Even when you like in season 2, when you get into like where she's at school, she's like still unnormal, even though she doesn't wear that to school, which is quite weird as well. I think. I don't know, I haven't watched season 2 in a while. I just finished watching season 1, and they don't have season 2 dubbed animation. Better do that. I'll buy it. And then I'll have to talk about it later on here, so yeah, okay. So, yeah. Sorry for my rambling, but that's kind of the characters. They each have their like little quirks. Like Yozora kind of like bullies everybody. Bullies Kodoka because she can do that. Senna because she believes that she's under her. Then usually has a hilarious thing that happens all the time, which I quite enjoy. It's where like they're arguing, Senna gets mad, she leaves the room, and then she usually just runs off somewhere. I think it happens like almost in any episode that has the two together. That will most likely happen. Just say. Rika, more her dialogue, well in the dub, it mainly revolves around kind of either sexual innuendos or sexual stuff. And then you have then you have Yukimura, who essentially, most of the time, his/her dialogue mainly revolves around praising Kodoka, which I kind of don't understand because Yukimura is more of an interesting character than Kodoka, but that's kind of the turn of the tables of guys are kind of have nothing compared to female characters in anime, which I don't mind because female characters are awesome. Then you have the two who I think steal the show more than they're supposed to, because I remember watching this in like the subbed, and they didn't do as much as in the dub, because in the dub, pretty much any scene that had Maria and Kabuto essentially stole the scene, which was awesome. Because in the other, I remember watching the subbed, and most of the time, whoever took the most of the scenes was either Senna or Yozora. But with the dub, somehow people take up more of the more scene, like impact more of a scene with their dialogue is usually Rika or Kabuto and Maria's fighting, which gets quite hilarious at times. So, there's only like one notable voice actor also in this show, in the dub, that I can think of, because everybody else is kind of, they don't seem very familiar, and that is Alexis Tipton, who is voiced in some other shows I've watched. That's kind of the only reason I remember her. When I first heard that the show got dubbed, here's like me being all purist kind of until I watched this. Yeah, never judge a voice actor before you watch a show. So, yeah, like Lex Tipton is Rika. I was like, yeah, she can't do a perverted character. Then I watched this now. She kind of can, but she kind of can't. But like, she did a good job compared to everybody else. Everybody else did all okay. The first people who did the best was the person who voiced Maria and the person who voiced Kabuto. Well, at times for Kabuto, because Kabuto kind of sounded a bit older for her age, in my opinion. It was really weird. That was just me. Other than that, I prefer, well, depending on your taste, the dub's good, in my opinion, and the sub's better, in my opinion, but you can watch either or. So, that is kind of it. Right now, the only way to buy this is on Blu-ray, which I kind of hate, but it also has DVD in it, so it's a win-win situation, essentially. So, it's one thing I do think is weird. I'll have to talk about that in my vlog one day. Like, yeah, why the heck can't you just, wait, that would be stupid. I would okay. So that is essentially my anime review. Thank you all for watching. If you have any suggestions for animes, put them in the comments below. I will most likely watch them and review them later. So that is essentially it. So if you're at so by the school's logic, if you're in high school, you can make a club to make friends and essentially get nowhere. And yeah, that was a really weird thing about the show. Essentially, they were made friends, essentially. But I enjoyed the show, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.